5, 4, 3, 2, 1. AE in.
Steps. AOE income. Just. Watch your step. AOE incoming. Ads coming. Stack. Fixate on you. Knocking back. Ads coming. Stack. AOE in. Watch your step. AOE incoming. Stack. Fix. AOE incoming.
Five, four, three, two, one. Five, four, three, two, one.
AOE incoming. Help though. AOE incoming. Watch your step. AOE inc. Ads coming. Fixate. AOE incoming. Ads coming. Stack. Help soak. AOE incoming. Watch your Watch your step. AOE incoming. Ads coming. Stack. Help soak. Knocking back. AOE incoming.
Beware.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pulling in. Slam incoming. Watch your step. Fixate on you. Breath incoming. Pulling in. Slam incoming. Watch your step. Pulling in. Slam incoming. Watch your step. Fixate on you. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Breath incoming. Watch your feet.
Yeah. Funny part is I talented out of it because I don't need it here.
Oh no, I was talking about me and 2 hands are bubbling you.
Peflin or Hill,
Thanks.
you want me to be a saver? I got some pretty good experience with EPS. Just throwing it out there. If you guys want to save, I know it's better for a range to do it than kind of ranged. I can make sure it happens, and I can make sure I go to the right side so I don't blow up the other people.
Yeah, let me figure out what the groups look like, and we'll go from there.
Me and Volte will handle it, and I'll separate us on the healer side.
Yeah, this is a good saver too. Just throwing it out there. We could literally have saves stun by people that stun it.
The amount of people I've had to save because people don't pay attention.
Yeah, a lot of you guys have done this now, right?
There's a good handful of it, yeah.
Like 6 of them. Six of us.
It's a pretty big chunk. We should
And
have.
then there's others that got at least 20 or more pulls on it. So.
I got a lot of pulls, not but I do got a reroll. So let's go.
And make sure you got your 2 rerolls to this, guys. Make sure you got them.
Zday.
Dude, I'm feeling lucky this week, dude. I got 2 things, or this 3 actually. That's 3 missing.
Zday, real quick, are you spec'd into Cursive Tongues? / if you're not, can you spec into Cursive Tongues?
He said he is.
You are. Perfect.
What's that do?
It
Slows
makes
casting
cast
speed.
slower.
And Hill, can you make sure you are spec'd on the left-hand side of your tree into Berserker Shout?
Oh, we cheat tonight. Oh.
I don't think I'll need bubble top for this. I get. Son. I get these points.
So if you're a paladin that wants gaze, make sure you switch to Prod or Holy.
Oh, wow.
Because it removes that other trinket from the loot too.
Ooh.
Alright, I'll swap some things around.
Thank you for that information, Tree. 1 in 3 chance instead of 1 in 4 or 1 in 5.
Honestly, those boots are also
Really good.
That's huge. That's fucking
You went from a
huge,
1
man.
in 5 to a 1 in 3?
Yeah, only 3 pieces of gear drop out this bitch for me.
Alright, everyone, great check to make sure you're listening to Cypher over the game plan.
Yeah, because you shut up.
Cool. Alright, so I'm going to go over the fight, and then I'm going to go over what everyone's responsibilities are. Super important, so there's a couple of changes in this fight, but the biggest change is when you go underneath, you cannot overlap with the people that are above you in the same area. It will kill you. So you need to stay on a certain side of the map. So groups 1 and 3 are going to be on the left-hand side. Groups 2 and 4 are going to be on the right-hand side. So right now, everyone go to your side of the map. So I know that everyone understands left and right. 1 and 3 are going over to Moon, where Hill is, and 2 and 4 are coming over here, where I am. 1 and 3 to the far side, 2 and 4 on my side. Perfect. Okay, cool. So the way this fight's gonna go is the first soak is gonna be for groups 1 and 3. 1 and 3 are gonna take their adds back to X and nuke them down. And then 2 and 4 are gonna obviously stay up. Now, when people are underneath in 1 and 3, there are gonna be 2 people selected at random who are going to get a, what's the mechanic called? It's
It looks like the puddle debuff.
yeah, it looks like the puddle debuff. It's is it Rift Madness? Is that what it is? It's something. It's very noticeable what it is. Those 2 people are going to need to get saved. So we will have assigned saviors on each team, but essentially one of them will be a healer. That healer will go to square, and then one of them will be DPS, typically ranged, but it could be anyone. And that DPS will go to Moon. The saviors on the other side will go to square or Moon, healer to square, DPS to Moon, and will essentially trade places with that person. So now, when you were underneath and you come back up top, just until the everyone else comes up, you need to go with the other team that is up top. So if you're groups 1 and 3 on the left-hand side, for the next 30 seconds, you are going to be considered 2 and 4, and you're going to go group or 2 and 4. Similarly, the people that swap and go underneath are going to change their effective group for the next 30 seconds, and you're going to need to go with the other group, just to make sure that no one is standing on top of each other. When we kill the ads are going to run pretty much down this line to the boss. It's going to be super important that ranged on the side that are on the up top are killing those ads. Melee will as well, but it gets a little tricky for melee to make sure they're not, accidentally standing on someone. 2 people are going to have super important abilities during this part. 2 hands, that is going to be your Ring of Peace. You're going to drop it when the little ads start getting close to make sure that it does not get to the boss. And then Trailer, likewise, you're going to have to tail swipe those ads away if his Ring of Peace is not up. So 2 hands, I'll have you do what group are you in? You're in 1 and 3. So Trailer, I need to swap your all's groups, hold on. Trailer and Nymphia just swapped y'all's groups. So Trailer, you'll be in charge of tail swiping the first set of ads that are getting killed by group 1 and 3. And then 2 hands, you'll be in charge of Ring of Piecing the second group of ads, which are coming from 2 and 4. Does that make sense for both of you?
Yeah.
Just one question. Do you mean wing buff it? Do you need a pushback or a knockoff?
Pushback. So whatever the pushback is, yeah.
Wing buff it, yeah. Alright.
Okay. Likewise, if you're a class that has stuns or knockbacks, please use them. Tanks, you'll be tanking on X. When those ads start getting close, you will need to kite to the edge of the platform to make sure he does not jump on them to enrage. You don't have to move him super far, but you will have to move him, so just be prepared and leave yourself room. Then we're pretty much just rinse and repeating the first phase. So again, it's super important you're staying on your side. If you're the savior, you're doing the savior mechanics, and also that we are still clearing puddles like normal. But the big thing is just making sure we kill the ads. None of the ads can survive to be consumed, and obviously the boss cannot jump on the ads. The real game of this fight is getting through the intermission. So there's one major change to how the intermission works. Right before he does the intermission, after his second consume, there will be a third soak. Groups 1 and 3 will take that third soak and will all go down a second time in the first phase. That going down will be where you're spending your entire intermission. So 2 and 4 will be standing in the middle. and we'll bait the frontal down the middle, and then we will run to our side of the platform when he does the run through. And 1 and 3 will be opposite of us, and we're always moving clockwise around the room so that we are not running over each other. During the intermission, we have DKs split up, we have warriors split up, and we only have 1 warlock, but we should be okay. DKs, it is of the utmost importance. You are gripping the casting ads in immediately. They cast the fear in like a split second, so it's not like in heroic where you have I can fix that later. That's not important. DKs, it's super important that you're gripping in the ads ASAP to ensure that they get into melee range for kicks. It is everyone's prerogative to kick the fear. That is the only way realistically to die in the intermission, is a fear going off. So both sides will have 1 oopsie. Both Hill and myself are spec'd into an AoE fear removal. I don't think anyone else has. We don't have any tremor totems or anything like that, so that's our only fuck up. Hopefully we don't have to use it, but it is super important that we are getting the kicks while still nuking down all the ads as quickly as possible. Zay, I'm not entirely sure how Curse of Tongues work. If it lets you cast it on 2 targets at the same time, make sure to cast it on both caster ads. If it's only 1, just pick whichever one has the most health. Okay, so whichever one has the most health. Nightblade, do you also have Shadow Step, or is that only specific rogue classes?
I do not have Shadow Step. I have grapple.
Okay, cool. So that might still be valuable, but for you and Neji, keep an eye on the ads. If for whatever reason one of the caster ads does not get gripped in, and ranged aren't kicking it, Shadow Step or grapple to it, kick it, get it into melee. Like I said, biggest focus is making sure those fears do not go off, because they will fuck the group. Then, after we get through intermission and all the ads die, when he comes back up, we will go to phase 2, and we're going to cheese phase 2. So the first soak that happens in phase 1, or in phase 2, we're going to do like normal. That is going to be groups 1 and 3 going down. Only difference is myself and Raider are also going to go into that. No, Raider's already in that. Myself and Invincible. Me and Invincible are both also going to go down, so that there's an extra grip as well as an extra fear removal. When we come out of that first soak in phase 2, then there are no more soaks. So Fury, when you get the second soak, you're gonna die. We're gonna res you, but you're just gonna die, and everyone is just gonna nuke the boss, and we're gonna kill it without going down another time. It's gonna take a little bit of learning and getting used to it. The biggest thing is just kind of the, movement in the intermission more than anything. But once we kind of get the intermission down, this is a cake. I will drop a feast in a little bit. Okay. Any questions? I know that was a lot of information, so go ahead and ask your questions now. Oh, and I'll assign let me actually assign who's going down, or doing the saviors.
We want to bait this breath, right? I don't think you touched on that.
In the intermission, yes. So 2 and 4 will stand in the middle and bait the breath, and they will run to this side.
Devlin, which pole are we going down under?
Who is that talking? Is that
Invincible.
Invincible? So I'll call for it, but we will go down with group 1 and 3 in the second phase.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll listen to your call out.
Yep.
And not.
Here, let me assign saviors real quick, and then we'll get back to questions. My bad. Alright, so the healer savior in groups 1 and 3 is going to be 2 hands. And then Drek I'll have you be the DPS savior. So again, healers are on square, DPS are on moon. For group 2 and 4, Volti, I'm gonna have you be the healer savior, and Glizzy, I'll have you be the DPS savior.
Alright. Moon's for DPS, squares
Correct.
for healer.
Yep. Alright. Back to questions.
So
Had
when
a,
you're
uh,
at the- So when you're, this was seconds, so it's
Correct, yeah. Once everyone comes back up, then we'll all go back to our normal sides. Yep.
Did you see avocado?
About the markers?
No, I just sent it in there. I don't know about sending you an invincible down in the to extra help on the last soak before the sack soak because we're losing 2 DPS on boss damage.
So it's more important at that point. We should be totally fine on DPS. It's more important of just making sure no fears go off and that all the ads die in that phase. So sending down 2 people should be fine. The quicker those ads get down, it's as long as you get through that soak, should be no problem whatsoever. All the groups I've done it with, they always send 1 or 2 extra people, and just making sure a TK and an extra fear removal is good. So we can tweak it if needed, but just to ensure that you get through that, it should be golden. And then
Yeah,
so
we'll
one
just see
more
how it
time.
goes.
Yeah, and then one more time on the savior things. So DPS saviors are going to moon. Healer saviors are going to square. When you are underneath, 2 people will get selected at random, 1 healer, 1 DPS. You will run to the marker, and then the savior on the other team will swap spaces with you. Any other questions? Trying to read chats as much as I can.
Question's not like fighting them.
Is it like a question about your 401k? Confused.
No, is this kind of like Bellaran where we're not really grading with all the shenanigans that are going?
No, we're grading this. There's Bellaran is totally different because of like holding cooldowns and shit. This is you're just nonstop pumping. So the soak thing doesn't affect numbers at all.
Okay.
Yeah, correct, Nettis. He's Fury's going to die when he takes that solo soak, and then we're gonna res him.
Okay, I was misunderstanding which one we were talking about.
Yeah,
No
the
worries.
first soak in phase 2 you do look normal, and then the second one is where you're just DPS checking and sacking Fury. And then yeah, Fury will res him, assuming we have a B res up, and it's just all damage on the boss at that point. But our DPS should be totally fine. Yes, trailer, lust on pull. Alright, let's go ahead and get some pulls in so we can get used to it. I'm going to drop Feast real quick, and then we will go from there.
Can you say who the save people are again?
2 Hands and Volti are the saviors for the healers. Drek and Glizzy are the DPS saviors.
Sorry, a lot of info, just making sure I'm not responsible for something.
Yep. Only thing you're responsible for is possibly Shadow Step kicking or ad that can't get grouped in. Because sometimes they do spawn in like Narnia, so you might have to help them get closer by kicking.
And that's the ad that normally fears in like the heroic version of this. Perfect, thank you.
Something that will kill us too as well, helpful tip, is no one should be near these rescue markers for any other reason other than being rescued.
Yep,
Because
when
it
you go
will be.
underneath, you'll kind of imagine like a C, or so like you're gonna soak on Skull, and then you're going to run around and back to X. You're not going to run right down the middle. Doesn't matter so much at the beginning, but especially when you're running back to the boss, if you nuke ads, you don't want to run down the middle and run over people.
So do you
just-
want melee on the ads when they come up from down below, or do you want us to stay on the boss?
No, you need to kill the ads immediately.
Yeah, so if you're up top and the ads are coming, like, you got to be careful because you can't run to the ads. You have to wait for them to get to you. So range are going to be nuking the ads as they come, but you guys need to be careful that you're not running over people underneath by running to the ads. So you're very much going to be cleaving from behind in melee range, especially when Ring of Peace and the tail swipe and any other crowd control goes out. But it's not like an heroic where you run back to the back of the room to start killing the ads as melee, because if you do that, you're going to stand on people. Alright, let's give it a pull. See if we need to adjust anything.
Fix those markers.
It's a straight line, no?
It's like shooting to the left.
Cool, everyone's ready? Get on your sides, and tanks will hit a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads coming. Soak incoming. Rift on you. AoE incoming. Frontal.
Healer rescue.
AoE incoming. AoE incoming.
Good AMZ.
Ads coming. Soak incoming. AoE incoming.
Yeah, it's a wipe.
Let's just keep it going so we can get
Frontal.
used to kind of seeing the fight. Obviously, we're not going to kill it, but reps are what's important right now.
Alright, now we on it.
AoE incoming. AoE incoming.
Cool. And then this consumer is going to nuke everyone, so you can go ahead and jump off the edge. Was it the soak that people died in group 4? Was everyone just not in it?
we had somebody from group. We had Odd in our group.
Breath incoming.
I
AoE
figured it was
incoming.
Dissonance, or whatever that debuff's called. The thing where we're not supposed to cross over into each other.
Got it. Yep, just remember which side of the room you're supposed to be on. Make sure you are always with those soaks and with that side of the room. There will be that little bit of time where, you know, if you get saved, you're swapping your group, but you need to remember you need to go back to your side after everyone comes out. It's all good. Right now, it's just a matter of... Sorry, go.
You're good. If you get the debuff to clear puddles, you need to get out as soon as possible. It does a shit ton more damage, so when we're dispelling or whatever, it hurts several people when you're in the group. So if there is no puddles if there's no puddles to get rid of, you just need to take it out of the group. Be the only one in that soak, and you have to do it immediately because there's a lot of healing going on, so we're trying to get it off as fast as possible.
You don't take it down. You do the soak, take it down with you, and then
I'm
dispel
talking
it?
about when you're on the upside. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the upside and you have to go clear puddles, sometimes there is no puddles to do it. So if you just take it out of the group, that's what you need to do. Because dispelling that with 4 or 5 people in it chunks people's health.
Yeah, those first 2 soaks, or those first 2 dispels, there shouldn't be any puddles, so it should just be an immediate get out of group and dispel. So yeah.
But yeah, if there's puddles, just head towards the puddles immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone get to your side. We'll get another pull.
Because reason I ask is because over here, that was completely puddle fucked, right? But you want the ads to either come down straight down the middle or your side, because then you'd have to cross over here to kill ads. Okay. Because in that instance, I would have been like right here with all the ads. Okay. Okay.
Another road check. And just a reminder, the big guy is priority. Bogey and Drek Flask. But big guy is priority. Cleaves a little ads. I think our DPS was good on where he was at. We were just a little slow on killing the big guy, but we got him down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads coming. Soak incoming. Rift on you. AoE incoming. Frontal.
Taylor rescue. Yeah. This square marker is, we need to move it. Like that, everybody's
AoE
like on that
incoming.
marker on the boss's ass, and I just got killed.
AoE incoming.
I'm moving back over here.
Ads coming. Soak incoming. Frontal.
We only need rest
Died
of
on the wrong side.
AoE incoming.
And we're done.
AoE incoming.
Fury, I think it's better to be on our side than to take them all the way over to that side like that. Like, I know why you did it, but I think it's better to go either deeper or maybe even cheat up a little bit. But I think going all the way over that, because I think people might have run through people. I'm not entirely sure.
So you just want me to stay on this side then?
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if them ads, you know, because melee ain't gonna be able to fight them at all. Right?
Our melee? When we go down?
No, they're melee.
I mean, our melee, or their melee typically won't even hit them until they're in melee range anyways. So they don't run back for them no matter what.
Oh, okay.
So it's range
I got you.
focusing the little guys, and then when they're in melee range, we're stunning and crowd controlling, and that's where melee is hitting them.
Okay. Alright, so it doesn't really matter what side they die on, just that they die.
Yeah. Ideally as close to X as possible though, but yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think you did really good at cheating the boss up. I think maybe just do that a little bit sooner to get it away from square. But that was exactly what you want to do, is cheat the boss off of skull.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, can we tweak square and moon? Move them back. There we go.
All those people in chat, I'm gonna need y'all to get your shit together.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Soak incoming.
Yep, and it's probably too late to say it now, but you should be
Rift
saving
on you.
cooldowns for the go down phase. for
AoE
the ads.
incoming. Frontal.
Rescues. Whoever's got that in the upside down Drek, you need to take that to the marker, bud. You just killed yourself.
AoE incoming.
That was for cleanse.
AoE incoming. Ads coming. Soak incoming. AoE incoming. Frontal. AOE incoming.
Save me.
I'm gonna start calling out rescues when it's time to.
Yes, that would be helpful.
What happened? He eat some buggies.
That should hurt.
Yep, and just remember, like, we have like Ring of Peace assigned for 2 hands and trailer to do Wing Buffet or whatever that mechanic is. Everyone else still has their own crowd control that they can use. So like I'm shock waving the ads when they get close. Hunters, be careful with scatter shocks. I know that shit gets messy, but like stuns are ideal.
We got scatter shot no more, silly goose.
I thought they give that back to y'all.
And give us nothing. 4%.
Slows are also of value. Anything to keep them from getting to the boss, because once they get to the boss, it's done.
Safe to say, while you're down there, you could just nuke the big boy, and then the little guys will just get cleaved.
Yep, it should be full focus on the big guy, saving cooldowns. Big guy needs to die fast.
No, I know it was you that time, Drek, or whatever, but this goes for anybody. Essentially, if you're in the upside down and you get that debuff that looks like you're going to clear a puddle, you go to the markers. There is no puddles in the upside down, so if you get that debuff, you're always going to get rescued.
Yep.
Okay,
And
can you
again,
say that
it's
again?
healers to square and GPS to moon.
If you're in the upside down and you get the debuff that looks like you're supposed to clear a puddle, you are not clearing a puddle. You go to those markers. So if you're in the
Okay,
upside down and you get that debuff, you're going to get rescued.
Yep, it's just a little circle, so it's like half the size of the debuff circle or the puddle circle. Was everyone ready? All right, tanks. We'll do this poll and then we'll hit break.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads coming. Soak incoming. Rift on you. AOE incoming.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Frontal.
Here for frontal.
Rescues out. Rescues out.
AOE incoming. AOE incoming. Ads coming. Soak incoming. AOE incoming. Frontal.
Rescues.
AOE incoming. AOE incoming. Rift on you.
So Hill, you shouldn't have to, and same goes for Fury. You guys shouldn't have to move the boss that much. Like it
Breath incoming.
should be
AOE incoming.
So like Ring of Peace buys you a shit ton of time, and then other people need to crowd control it. So you guys are really just tanking it on Skull, and you're moving it to the edge. Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. That's everyone else needs to be damaging and using crowd control.
So you don't like me going here?
You really should not have to. You should be on Skull, and you should just be taking it to the edge. That's all you should have to move it, so that people, because the issue is like, correct, yeah, that's all you should have to do. And yes, we will break now if we can put up a timer. Because part of the issue when you like drag him all the way over there is Fury. I'm sure you noticed, like we killed our ad super fast. None of our DPS could damage the boss because if we went over there, we were going to stand on people. Where in reality, if Hill just brings him to the edge, our DPS could all come over to this far side and get an extra, 2 or 3% damage on the boss before we get pulled back up.
Copy that, Ming.
But yeah, go ahead and throw up a break timer, and we'll go from there.
melee on the small head.